And we are live. This is another scene in Darkness in Dublin, Mage Venue. Just a little social scene happening at Stefanos' Forge between Oscar Langley, Benny, keep thinking Benny Hill, but I know it's Benny Summerfield, Stefanos, and Nathan's character, Rupert Gallo. The Rupert and Stefanos will have contacted Oscar and Benny, asking them to come over. Basically had some new information to give them, might be somewhat important, somewhat worrisome. You all have already been to the Forge before, so to avoid taking too much time, let's take a note from what Nathan suggested earlier and start it with everyone is already present and has arrived, except for Rupert, who is probably indisposed because he hasn't come back yet. Oh, he's here. In that case, everyone is there sitting.
He got better.
Let's start
Exactly.
We've done the small talk.
Exactly. So we've done that, yes. So Stefanos is going to look around. You're like, I suppose an introduction is in order. Benny, this is Miss Oscar. Oscar, this is Benny. He's of the Virtual Adepts.
I'll die. Hold on. I'm back. Sorry for that.
No problem.
Oscar. Always a pleasure.
Guten Tag.
Wait, did he? Okay, did he look the same?
Oscar looks like she did when he first met her. Well, when his previous name first met her. She's got the eye patch again.
Hold on, we just rolled up real fast.
Your absent-minded nature would not cause you to forget long-term memory. I'm just saying.
No, it's to see if he can hold in his excitement.
Oh, God.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when he botches, we hear an explosive squeak.
Sweet tackle. Hellfire.
All right, just go ahead and make your roll then.
Give me a second. I'm booting up the thingy, Baba. Benny.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll just cover this. So, I came across some interesting information brought to us by one of your tradition, actually, Benny. Young fellow by the name of Kurzweil, you may remember.
Yeah. I'm not too thrilled about tradition currently.
Which situation?
About tradition in general.
Funny, you should mention that.
Did that deal with me?
Well, it's more that we have been informed that there may be issues with the leadership in the city currently, as in we are not sure who we can trust in regards to these infernalist issues anymore.
Okay.
Up till now, we were aware that many individuals, some of whom had positions as leaders of the traditions in the city, were acquainted with Yuki, considered her an ally, and so on and so forth, and they had had a relatively hands-off approach, not wishing to deal with someone they considered to be a friend. However, apparently a line has been crossed. Kurzweil witnessed a conversation between... He was present for said conversation at a diner at... He gives the address gives the date, and apparently... And by the way, just to clarify, no rolls are going to be made in this scene regarding any type of anything because we don't have a storyteller, so that'll have to be done at another date when there's a storyteller who has authority to deal with it. Just putting that out there. Plus, it would take too long. Anyways.
Well,
however...
Can we go ahead and make my one roll?
Oh, yeah. Whatever thing you were doing to control your character, yeah. That'd be manipulation subterfuge, I guess?
I'm presuming.
Yeah, that's your ability to control yourself, I guess.
The fuck?
Or to contain your excitement.
I'm getting call. Who's getting call?
You okay?
I don't know. I got a random call.
Okay. Do you want me?
No, I ended that.
Okay. Anyways, essentially there was a conversation between Kurzweil, the virtual adept known as Glasspaw, and the virtual adept leader in the city known as Jinx. She took
Oh my
over
God.
after Winrate unfortunately met his end on the Leviathan incident. I was actually present for that being handed over. It was interesting. It was very informal, but I'm told that is normal. In any case, Yuki was there.
Okay, then.
Did you make the roll?
Yeah. So he got a big snot on his face.
So he's just sitting there grinning at Asuka.
Yeah.
Asuka just looks at him like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
Is there something wrong, Benny?
Nothing that me and Dr. Langley can talk about later.
All right. Okay. Essentially, all right. So essentially, there was a conversation being held, which essentially amounted to them discussing whether Yuki would be turning herself into the traditions or not for her infernalist actions. Apparently, the decision reached was that Yuki said she would do so, but only after she was assisted with an incident regarding her brother. Apparently, her brother has been kidnapped by the Canticlers. And as you may know, there's an issue with them currently. That we may be in an open state of war with them soon. And I'm sure we will be trying to rescue them at some point. I don't know the details. But in any case, in the meantime, the virtual adepts agreed to put her into safekeeping and essentially hide her from anyone who might be seeking her.
Yeah.
That's a... Do you understand the significance of that?
Yeah.
All right. So the issue is apparently Kurzweil attempted to, after the fact, convince Jinx to reconsider and to turn her in, and this had no appreciable impact. Kurzweil has also apparently attempted to find other more experienced leaders of his tradition outside the city who might get involved, and has had no luck. Since he is somewhat new, and you have apparently been an adept for some time, I was hoping that you might be able to assist him in that regard. Also, since your people are known to be rather talented with issues regarding correspondence, reconnaissance, and so on and so forth, perhaps, if necessary, you might be able to get us a connection or a trace to try and track Miss Yuki if need be.
You want me to spy on her?
In the loosest sense. More to keep tabs on her and make sure she does not flee the city.
Well, she is a wanted criminal. We would like to locate her.
Let it be said, my people are fucking idiots. I got to the point with them. I'm almost ready just to denounce them and claim to be a orphan and deal with those episodes.
I would encourage you to fight for the heart of your tradition and push them out, rather than leave your tradition in their hands. I understand if you feel that's beyond you.
Perhaps you might be able to put out a few feelers and try to find someone with some experience or connections to bring into this.
I can try. I can also try to spy on them, but I will catch it. Once again, that have to be done later.
Yes, I wouldn't recommend trying it here. It's apparently somewhat of an issue. If you wish to do it later, however, you're welcome to use the storeroom over there. It's still somewhat near the fire here, and apparently that makes things somewhat easier. And there is Wi-Fi from the house.
So as I said, we have a place at this diner where they were a few days ago. They presumably used the pill. So I'm hoping, is that enough for you to go on?
Alright.
I mean,
Do we want to wait for the SC to do this?
Yeah, we have to. There's no way
Yeah.
we can do that without a storyteller.
things that,
Well, we can pick this up, I guess, when the ST arrives. Will they get one?
well,
We're not going to be able to get one tonight.
I'm asking you in character, do you think that's enough for you to go on?
Yeah, should be.
We'd be more used to working with a lock of hair, which, again, are other things...
A lock of hair will help a lot, actually.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't have anything like that as far as I know. The Templars have the twin brother, who would help a lot, but they have him. But we were hoping if you... There's a few parts of this. If you can locate them, that's very useful. If you can scrub out what they're up to, that's also useful. And I think Squad is clearly justified in this context. And thirdly, if we can get some evidence either way of just how corrupted or involved Jinx and Glasspool and others are, that's obviously going to be of great value. If we can get evidence that Jinx is actively aiding a known infernalist, that's something I would have thought your own tradition would want to sort out.
Yeah. I'll see what I can gather up.
Okay, well, thank you for any efforts you could make on this. I'm sure I would not say everyone in the city, but should we say everyone in the city who's not on the side of evil would appreciate your efforts.
Yeah, obviously.
Or on the side of, to put it bluntly, idiocy. In any case, I apologize for calling you over for so little, or such a brief message, but I figured it would be best to give it in person.
For now, I'll go into hiding. For if my people find out I'm trying to go against them, I'm confident they'll try to oust me.
That seemed to be Kurzweil's concern as well.
Well,
They tend to have a habit of, he looks at Oscar, screwing people over that they don't understand.
well, I would like to hope that the vast majority of traditional mages will stand with you, if need be. They're clearly in the wrong, manifestly.
However, and this might be something of use to know if you do find a sympathetic ear outside the city. Alright, so there are normally 9 heads of the traditions within the city, yes? But right now the seat of the chorus is somewhat undetermined, since they have the whole issue with the Canticlers, and even if we consider the chorus still exists, they do not have a clear leader appointed in the city right now, for their leader is now part of the Canticle. If there is a leader to be found among the remainder of the true choristers, they have not come forward or been named. So that seat is vacant. The Dream Speakers have a leader named Balik, but I have never met the man. They also have, which, by the way, Byron, your character should remember that name.
Which one?
Balik. That's Mitchell's character, who was in Hong Kong. But there's also, I don't know who leads the Verbena currently. There was one person, but I don't know if they are still in charge. At the time, I had never met them, but now they're apparently new Verbena in town. They may have had a shakeup. But of the remainder, you have you have on one side the leader of the Hermetics, Master Croshaw. You have the leader of the Akashic, Master Saisho. They are staunch, hardline traditionalists. And on the other side, you have Eliza Hoth, who leads the Etherites, who is a member of House Diedni, which is encountering issues at current, shall we say, and under suspicion of several things. And she is also closely connected to Yuki. And further, you have the head of the Ecstatics in town at the moment, which is Lottie, who is the head of House Diedni and very closely associated with Yuki. And then on top of that, you have the head of the virtual adept, Jinx, who is directly implicated in this. And finally, the head of the Euthanatoi, who is... I believe they should have dealt with this by now. They are close to Yuki. Perhaps too close. I do not know. I know they were closely acquainted before all this came out in the open. So that is of the 6 known and potentially active heads of traditions in the city, 4 of them may be corrupted or their judgment may be impaired. That's not good. That's almost half of the traditions, even if all of them were filled. And as is, it's 2/3. So if anything were to happen and a trial were to be held with the current heads, we cannot guarantee that justice would be met. I'm not suggesting mob justice or us taking law into our own hands, but we may need to go over the heads of the current traditions. Or at the very least, see if attention can be brought this way. That's about it.
All right.
Because OOC, I promised this would be a short scene, and some people have to go to sleep. Is there anything that anyone specifically needs to cover in this scene?
No, I can talk to Oscar later.
Okay. Well, Benny, do you have any questions for us while we're here?
No.
Okay.
I will do the quisling as soon as I can. I'll get that as soon as I get the ST.
Understood.
Just give me a list of questions you want me to things you'll be looking for, and I can get done.
He's going to give you the date and time that Kurzweil gave us, the location of the diner, and you should know what Kurzweil looks like. You should be able to find where they are in the location. Beyond that, yeah, that's kind of it.
That's enough to trace them.
Yes. Anything from you, Ben?
No.
Other than strange looks over at Benny?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, we will end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And have a good night.